Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be answering all the questions that you guys had for me using the hashtag AskBoss on Twitter. If you want to get involved in the next one, all you got to do is go down in the description, use that hashtag, and you might be featured in the next one. But with out of the way, let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. So our first question today is a good one. It actually comes from Harvey, who says, do you think we will eventually get an update for GTA, which supports 4K textures in HDR for the Xbox One and PS4 Pro? They are looking outdated at the moment. So at the end of the day, Harvey, GTA 5 is still a really good-looking game, especially with mods you can do on PC. But I know, of course, you're talking about console here. It's still a good-looking game, obviously, when you compare it to some of the new games that have been developed for 2018 and beyond. And obviously, we just saw the latest Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, which, of course, that game looks incredible. But I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know when Rockstar would find the time to do something like this, but I know GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online are incredibly popular, so maybe this is something they would do. And we know Rockstar is all about numbers. We know they're trying to sell as many copies of GTA 5 to get over that 100 million mark, and maybe this is something they try. However, you would assume if this is something they were going to try, why didn't they do this in the premium edition? That would have been perfect to not only add the content that they did for online, but also at the same time, making the game look a little bit better. So yes, I think one day down the road, this would be cool. The only thing I'm worried about is, does Rockstar have the time to do it? And would they put out yet another version of GTA 5 just to make it look a little bit better? Those are some of the questions you would have to ask before that could really become a thing. Dwayne says, will Rockstar do more money drop live streams in the future for another DLC? So another good question. This raises a lot of different things, though. Number one, is there going to be another DLC? We don't know. According to Strauss Zelnick, the Take-Two Interactive CEO, the answer is yes. And I also think that depends on Rockstar partnering with Facebook. So don't get me wrong. I think Rockstar enjoys being a benefactor, but I do believe the reason Rockstar is doing these money drop live streams is they want you to show up and watch the Facebook streams so that it looks good for Facebook. I don't think they're just doing this out of the kindness of their heart. So I think it all depends on, what Rockstar's situation is, but there has been a very positive response to this. And I think that that's something that Rockstar does like. They enjoy the fact that, this has been very, very positive for them, and it's been very, very lucrative for us players as well. So I'm hoping so, because the free money has been fantastic. It's been really cool to see you guys get the amounts that you have. I just hope that, there is another DLC and there is another opportunity for Rockstar to do that going forward in the future. Happy Goat says, why did Rockstar add a drone that could shock players but still not the stun gun? Because that is the ultimate Rockstar logic. Why add a stun gun in the game that you could only charge a couple $1,000s for, when you can add a stun feature that requires you to buy a multi-million-dollar vehicle with multi-million-dollar upgrades? So in case you guys haven't been watching my videos on the Terabyte, yes, the drone is going to be added. Yes, it has a stun gun-like shock feature that is pretty interesting. Now, I'm not sure how abusive this feature is going to be in terms of how players are going to use it to grief others. I really don't think it's going to be all that effective in the grand scheme of things. But you're right, it does make sense. It's like how the railgun is in missions for NPCs to use, but then we can't use it. We can't buy the railgun. It's one of the biggest mysteries ever. So I'm not sure why, but yeah, Rockstar is adding basically a $800,000 stun gun in the form of this drone. Killer Donkey says, do you think we should be able to sell apartments and garages, since we have offices that can hold 60 cars and a clubhouse that can hold 30 cars? So yes, you make a very good point. Our businesses now serve better garages than our residential apartments. And I think this would be a nice quality of life change. This is something I've been saying for a while now, but especially with the addition of the nightclub. I mean, you almost don't even need a high-end apartment unless you're wanting to do the original 5 heist missions. And if you've already done them like myself, you never go to your apartment. I'm either only going to my CEO office, my biker clubhouse, or my nightclub, because that's where the majority of all my vehicles are. So yes, having the ability to sell those apartments would be nice, because I literally no longer need them. So Killer Donkey, that is a great suggestion. I have been saying that suggestion for years now, that we should be able to sell our apartments, but this holds true even more with the latest edition of the nightclub. Cassidy says, how long will this drip feeding last in this update? Well, the way Rockstar is going about it right now, which they are not mucking around when it comes to releasing these vehicles. I mean, we got the Stafford and the Blimp. Last week, we got the Strike Force. This week, we're going to be getting the Terabyte and the Oppressor Mark II, apparently. So they are flying through the vehicles. The only problem is there's a lot of vehicles that Rockstar has to get through, and not necessarily new ones. I'm talking about older vehicles as well that are just getting new liveries and new modifications. So I think that everything will be done by the time Red Dead Redemption 2 is scheduled to come out. I think Rockstar are going to be doing this intentionally so that there's really no reason to focus on GTA 5 as far as new content goes while RDR2 is out. So I think we've still got about 2 months left of drip feed, which would take us right up until October 12th. So again, about a week and a half, 2 weeks before the release of RDR2. It makes sense based off of all the content we have, and it makes sense based off of Rockstar's timeline and their new game they want to get out and all the new content left in the files. Sam Smith says, do you think a DLC based around mod and bounty hunting missions would be a good idea? So Sam's talking about the recent Lost Relic bounty hunt, and if Rockstar could turn that into a full-fledged DLC. I'm not sure how that would work in terms of Rockstar being able to provide like a lot of good content for it. Don't get me wrong. I think the treasure hunt, bounty hunting aspect was fun. You know, getting those 5 random text messages and then going after, you know, an area on the map and trying to take out someone. That was fun, but I don't know if you could incorporate an entire DLC around it. I do wish Rockstar would do that sort of stuff more often, like maybe a super rare event, like once a week in Grand Theft Auto Online, there was a bounty, and it was for like $250,000. And if you got it, you got it. But it was only available for like 1 day a week in one session or something like that. So that would be cool, but I don't think it's something that they can make a full-fledged DLC based around. I just don't think that that would ultimately work. Probably not enough content right there. Matthew says, do you think Rockstar will do anything more with the guest list for the future? So the guest list is officially over when this event week ends. So Matthew, there's not going to be any more for the after hours update. But as far as future DLC goes, I'm not sure. I don't know if Rockstar will call it the guest list because that kind of makes sense for nightclubs. Maybe if there's another DLC, they will do something similar where you get rewards for, you know, logging in during a certain time before the update and then logging back in during the weeks following the update. I think it was really successful, just like the free money that Rockstar gave out on the Facebook live streams. This was equally as successful. So I think that, yeah, this is something they will continue to do in the future. I know a lot of people loved all the guest list stuff. So I think that is something they will continue. Captain Clayton says, do you think Rockstar will add more vehicles into the game that were in other GTA titles? So this is actually one of the more disappointing things, in my opinion, about the nightclub update, that Rockstar didn't take advantage of all the GTA 4 and Ballad of Gay Tony vehicles they could have added, like the PMP 600, the Turismo from GTA 4, the Cocket from GTA 4. That's just to name a few. The ZR350, which is sort of a street racer tuner vehicle from San Andreas. Yes, they added the Anus Stafford, which is in San Andreas, but you know, they didn't add as many normal vehicles as I thought they would, and they didn't add as many GTA previous vehicles as I thought they would, which again, to me is a little bit disappointing. There's a lot of things that I don't necessarily love about the After Hours DLC, but as far as vehicles go, this is certainly probably the worst part. So yeah, I am shocked. Maybe Rockstar just didn't want to. Maybe they didn't have time to. Who knows? I don't think we'll ever know that answer. But yeah, Clayton, I am definitely disappointed about that. Up next, we've got a question from Names Taken, who says, do you think they'll release an update about underwater exploration, like missions, submarines, or even water life? It could make the yacht more useful. So yes, I do think this is one of the potential remaining themes that Rockstar could explore for Grand Theft Auto Online. It is sort of like the final business frontier. We've had like land military, air military, but we haven't had anything related to the water. And I think a lot of the things you mentioned would be cool. You know, underwater missions, potentially even underwater properties, improvements to the yachts to make them more useful, which they really haven't been useful since 2015. So I think that'd be really cool. We also haven't had a boat added into the game in like 2 years. I'm pretty sure the last one was the tugboat, and I think Rockstar could have a lot of fun with vehicles like that. So yes, I think that would be incredible. If Rockstar chooses to continue online updates, which I think they will, I can guarantee you that at some point in time, a water-based DLC, a sea-based update, is going to be one on the list that they choose to explore. I feel like there's a lot of creative options right there, and I believe people will enjoy it despite some maybe skepticism that some players might have. And our final question of the day comes from Ken, who says, do you think the Black Madonna is going to be the best DJ because they saved her for last? So in case you guys have been under a rock, Rockstar have been drip feeding the DJs, and the Black Madonna is the only one remaining. She comes out this week. And I think the answer is no, obviously. All the DJs are the same in terms of what they provide for your nightclub. Sure, their style is different, but I don't know if hers would be considered the best because everyone's opinions are different. It's subjective. So you might like her music way better than the other 3 DJs. You might think her music is terrible. That really all just comes down to you and your personal preference and your opinion. But no, I don't think anything is special about the Black Madonna. I think she just was the one that went last because Rockstar decided to drip feed all the DJs. And sometimes you just got to go last. Sometimes you're first, and that was Solomon. But I think she's going to be a good addition to the game either way. And I guess that's the question of the day I'm going to leave to everyone. Once all 4 DJs are released, which one are you going to be using in your nightclub? And are you going to be keeping one? Or are you going to have them on sort of a rotating schedule? Maybe like a real nightclub would work. Let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments down below. Once again, if you want to find yourself featured in a future Q&A video like this, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and just be sure to use that hashtag AskBoss, and I might use your question in another video. If you did go on to enjoy this one, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.